This is the TCL NXTPAPER 60 Ultra, an Android phone that I first went hands-on with back at IFA in September, and it immediately made my list of top tech finds from the show. The NXTPAPER 60 Ultra features a 7.2-inch FHD matte NXTPAPER display, color and ink display modes, a 120Hz refresh rate, face and fingerprint unlock methods, a triple camera system around back, a huge 5200 mAh battery, and snappy all-around performance with 24 gigs of RAM and an octa-core chipset. After spending a few weeks now with the 60 Ultra, I can confidently say this is not your typical smartphone. It's not trying to compete with every flagship by being a gaming beast or offering a pro-level camera system. Instead, it takes a very different approach, focusing on comfort, usability, and a more intentional way of using your phone day to day, like this: the ability to instantly flip from full color to a paper-like ink style mode. If you read a lot, spend long hours on your phone, or you want something easier on your eyes, this is a phone that is well worth your attention. Let's kick this review off with the reason why that 7.2-inch NXTPAPER display, which is the heart and soul of the NXTPAPER 60 Ultra. The moment that you see it, it feels different, and that's exactly why it stood out to me so much at IFA. It's matte, it's soft, it's great to write on, and it doesn't have that harsh glare that you get from most glass displays. Scrolling is easier on your eyes, reading is far more comfortable, and even after long use, I don't experience the eye fatigue that I normally get on a traditional screen. Part of the reason for that is that the display also filters out a lot of blue light, making it even easier on your eyes. Now, the downside to a screen like this is that it doesn't have the pop of an OLED display, but still, it's bright, it's vibrant, and that 120Hz refresh rate keeps everything feeling smooth and responsive. One thing to keep in mind though is the outdoor visibility. On really bright days, the display here is just not the brightest, which is something to be aware of if you use your phone outdoors a lot. Don't get me wrong, you can see the display, but it's just kind of tough to capture it on camera. What really completes the NXTPAPER experience though is that it includes a stylus and a case in the box. I don't use the stylus all the time, but for a phone this size, it makes a lot of sense. Jotting down notes, marking up documents, or casually writing just feels great on the matte display. Combined with the included case, it turns the phone into more of a notebook or an e-reader than a traditional smartphone. What elevates the 60 Ultra experience even further though are the multiple display modes. With a flick of the NXTPAPER key on the side of the phone, you can jump from full color to paper-like modes that feel incredibly close to the e-ink experience of something like a Kindle. There's the color mode, black and white ink mode, and ink max mode. The ink modes are fantastic for reading, writing, and cutting down on distractions, especially the ink max mode. This limits app functionality and essentially turns the phone into a pure e-reader. When I flip into the paper mode in the evening, it helps me slow down, focus more, and scroll less. As a bonus, these modes also provide a huge boost in battery life, which we'll get to in a moment. Performance-wise, the 60 Ultra has been super smooth in everyday use. Browsing, apps, multitasking, locking and unlocking the phone, it's all handled with ease. That said, again, this is not a flagship or gaming phone, so don't expect to be playing intensive games or doing crazy work here. For day-to-day work and productivity, the NXTPAPER 60 Ultra is more than fast enough. Where this phone really exceeded my expectations though is the camera. This isn't a camera phone per se, but it does have a surprisingly robust camera system around back. It includes a 50 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel 3x telephoto lens, and an ultra wide lens. In real world use, the results are honestly impressive. Photos look natural, the colors are great, skin tones are solid, and it's more than capable for everyday photography, travel shots, and social media. One thing I especially enjoy is reviewing photos back on the NXTPAPER display itself. There's less glare, the colors look realistic, and it's just a really pleasant way to look back at your shots. This is a camera system that simply works, and for most people, that's exactly what they want. Battery life is another big win here. The NXTPAPER 60 Ultra packs a huge 5200 mAh battery that can easily get through a full day and often more. On days where I'm mostly reading, browsing, or spending more time in paper mode, battery life gets even more of a boost. In ink max mode, you can get well over 7 days of runtime per charge by limiting apps and focusing more on e-reader functionality. You also get fast charging and reverse wireless charging, which is incredibly useful if you ever need to top off another device in a pinch. When you zoom out and look at the full picture, the NXTPAPER 60 Ultra just feels different. It's not chasing maximum brightness, overclocked performance, or to dominate the spec sheets. Instead, it prioritizes comfort, focus, and usability, and that really comes through in everyday use. If you want the absolute brightest OLED display or the best low low light camera on the market, this probably is not going to be the phone for you. But if you care about eye comfort, reading, focus, and battery life, this is a refreshing alternative to the norm. And because of that, I say the TCL NXTPAPER 60 Ultra is definitely worth a look. Well, that's all I got, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of the TCL NXTPAPER 60 Ultra? Does it look like a phone that you would actually use? Drop a comment and let me know below. And if you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for much more coming your way soon. Until the next one, I will catch you guys later. Peace!